Welcome, everyone, and what a game we have for you tonight as we get set to bring you NBA action on 2K Sports. Hello, everyone. With Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from our Hall of Famer on the sideline, David Aldridge. Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Monday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic. Then on Wednesday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons. Here are the five for the Raptors. On the wings, Powell and Anunoby. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. And it's Lowry in at the point. And for Chicago, White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Markkanen and Clutter are up front. And it's Porter in at the small forward. There's a lot of expectations, high expectations when you're the #1 overall pick in the draft. You know it well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's something that I wanted. Derek Coleman was from Detroit, and 2 years earlier, he was the #1 pick, and I'd always been a fan of his, so I felt like he was passing the baton, and I had to kind of do what he did. And then Shaquille O'Neal was Rookie of the Year before myself and the #1 pick. And so for me, I looked at it as, a pretty big weight, but the honor was more than the weight, and I was honored to be picked #1, and I relished in that, and I had great teammates that allowed me to flourish in that role.
Here's Chicago. Outside, Markkanen. Back to Porter. From 15 feet away, that one doesn't drop. And Toronto will go the other way with it. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
And while they swept the season series against them last year, making it pretty clear how much separation exists between the two teams.
Yeah, a lot of people think the separation still exists, but I myself, I want to see what happens in this first game before I make that call.
And the shot goes in.
With the swift release and the strong ability to create separation, Levine is a beast on the perimeter.
And stolen by White. And White slams it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
Toronto with the ball after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Here's Carter. Kick out to Levine. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Now that's just unreal concentration from Levine. Accepting the hit and finding a way to work through it.
Well, Zach LaVine possesses a speed, Chris, and a burst that makes him a very tough matchup.
Yeah, and he has a great first step. I mean, when he is trying to beat a defender off the bounce, you can't let him get an edge to the hoop. He'll flush it on your head 9 times out of 10.
You see Zach LaVine in the Bulls uniform, and it's hard not to think of the trade that sent him here. He was a big part of the deal that sent Jimmy Butler out of Chicago.
Now, here's Lowry. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Boston. The Bulls have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. It's Porter outside. Tries again, and the bucket is good from Carter in deep.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Siakam finds Gasol. Teardrop shot. Markkanen pulls it in. And with Levine and the Butler trade, there were a lot of critics at the time. But you know what, Greg? It's worked out for the Bulls.
And Kevin, the Bulls took a chance with Levine, and he's developed into a bright young star. Took another risk giving him a big contract after the injury, but he's come back better and stronger since then. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, the defensive intensity has to pick up, and I'm sure coach is going to let them know that.
Looking here at some numbers for Kyle Lowry. Good season for him last year. Averaged about 14 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. And you like what he brings backing up the point guard.
Yeah, no doubt. He knows how to run this offense. Tremendous asset to this team coming off the bench.
Now here's Gasol. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Celtics in Boston.
And how about his defense? I mean, 4 blocks on the night. They couldn't keep him down.
And the Raptors miss again. The Bulls leading by 8. And here's Porter. 11 points for him in that last game against Memphis. Carter right side. Over Lowry. And it's Carter missing. Well, it was Toronto winning their last game against the Celtics in Boston.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Well, staying with your game plan is so important, especially when you are away from your home arena.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Anunoby, and he can't stop this drought. Another miss. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Here's Anunoby. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to Powell. And it's denied. Outside, Levine. Over in the corner, White. Gasol with the steal. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Chicago leading by 10. Markkanen can't get it to go. Siakam with it. Now defended by Markkanen. Siakam outside. Good work defensively by Carter. Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Levine feeling it out a bit. Out left to the wing. Gasol against Markkanen. Back to Levine. This one for 3. And again, Chicago. No good. Anunoby passes to Lowry. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got his 4th rebound in this one.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game. And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Siakam, and the shot goes in. Siakam's got his 2nd basket of the night.
He doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
I tell you, they were drawing a lot of iron from the perimeter. Couldn't get the threes to go down, and really the story of the game.
They kept chucking from distance, and ultimately it was their undoing. A disappointing result.
The Bulls leading by 8.
Well, yeah, Kevin, last season was not a successful one for the Bulls. I mean, they had the 5th worst record in the NBA, although it got them a nice draft pick. But it was another step in a long rebuilding process.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And for the Bulls, Chris, they had a young team, and they knew it wasn't their time.
Yeah, the team decided to move on from the Hoiberg era as well, Kevin. I mean, they dealt with a lot of injuries during last season, and the team is still searching for an identity.
And White, no good on that one. Well, the Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his 1st season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
Now here's Powell. Wendell Carter unable to get his last shot to go. That one falls.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
Now White. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Outside, Levine. Clock at 4. Drains the three-pointer. Levine's got 10 points.
This quarter expending tremendous energy at the offensive end, and he's not slowing down. He's still calling for it.
Lets it go from 11. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 6th rebound on the night. All right, now let's find out what head coach Nick Nurse had to say to David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, he gave me some broad strokes regarding the game plan. He said we want to work the ball into the paint, high percentage looks, and then get to the foul line if we can. We'll see how they try to accomplish that throughout the game. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. That one is off. And last season, Otto Porter on the move, Chris. He was traded at the deadline to the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, and he has fit right in since joining the Bulls. I mean, they needed his outside shooting. Porter is still very young and can grow to be a part of this young Bulls core.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Dunn comes in for Zach LaVine. And Satoransky's subbed in for White. Hey, you look at guys like Otto Porter, Greg. He just brings so much with his consistent outside jumper.
And guys, he's shot threes at a tremendous clip the last few seasons. I mean, really for his whole career. Sometimes can be a bit passive, so you just make sure he's involved and looking for his shot.
A nice shot by Gasol.
The soft touch of Gasol. I mean, outstanding in close. He lets the ball glide off his fingertips.
And there's the pass to Carter. Back to Satoransky. Shoots over Van Vliet. Satoransky gets the bucket. And the Bulls lead by 12.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Van Vliet. Toronto working the ball around now. McCaw kicks to Van Vliet. Outside for Gasol. Misses the three.
And they had some boxed coverage that turned into no coverage.
Dunn passes to Carter. And then Carter with the jam.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. They decided to pound the ball inside, using their physicality to set the tone.
Now, here's Gasol. Back to Van Vliet. Pass to McCaw. Gasol kicks to McCaw. Now here's Van Vliet. Satoransky covering. And so Young will bring it up for Chicago. They lead by 14. Dunn passes to Satoransky. Shoots over Van Vliet. That one doesn't go. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Now here's Van Vliet. To the middle. Here's McCaw. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here is Carter. High post shot. Young. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
Here's Van Vliet. Thaddeus Young picking up that last basket. And it's Otto Porter with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Bulls making a change here. Valentine's checked in. Van Vliet looking around. And he drops it in from the low post.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Valentine with it. Pass to Carter. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Satoransky. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. Carter's got 4 assists in the game.
He's finding some good shots early on, and what you like about it, he's not trying to do too much.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston. Fades and shoots. Chicago grabs the miss.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Valentine. Young dishes to Carter. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, Greg, they've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor, just in total control so far.
The pass to Ibaka. .109 left to play in the first quarter. Here's McCaw. Here's Gasol, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And when you play the kind of tough inside game that Gasol does, I mean, get used to taking a few knocks.
As he enters his mid-30s, Marc Gasol showing no signs of slowing down. If anything, I think he's a better all-around basketball player.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And the former second-round pick, Gasol's become an elite player at his position. He's a force at both ends.
Shaquille Harrison, he's checked in for Satoransky. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 59 seconds left in the first. Carter kicks to Valentine. To the left wing. Pass to Harrison. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Toronto grabs the miss. McCaw, the pass to Ibaka. Good defensive work there by Young.
That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the layup.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Raptors making a change here. Boucher is checked in. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Harrison passes to Dunn. And here is Valentine. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Carter, that's good.
Love seeing the mid-range still used. Carter Jr. is more of a low post guy, but knocking down Jays will help his game.
Got it off in time. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Zach LaVine making things happen for the Chicago Bulls. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And Serge Ibaka talked about his skill set. Now it complements Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam and what he brings to the team.
Bringing my defense toughness, my experience playing with those 2 guys, one of the best in the game right now, and then helping those 2 here, and with my experience, what I learned, I think I can help the team a lot. Energy and both hands on the floor.
And really, Ibaka is a seasoned veteran now, a terrific role player known for his defense.
And Ibaka knows his role and plays it well.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Bulls guys have been rolling right along, haven't they?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
Young and Carter are the big men inside. Harrison out there with Dunn, and it's Valentine in at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
And, well, he's been the NBA's leader in blocks multiple times. Ibaka just has that rare instinct for it.
And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's McCall. Right wing. 6 to shoot. Picked his pocket. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Dunn, wide open, he fires, gets the three-pointer to fall.
Certainly a work in progress from there, but Dunn really needs to become a knockdown threat from downtown.
Here's Van Vliet. Chicago grabs the miss. Young's got 5 rebounds tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Van Vliet finds Ibaka. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist.
And offensively, Ibaka's been spending more time out on the perimeter, but watching him work inside there, you realize that may still be his bread and butter.
Now here is Carter. He's got 8. Shoots. Offensive rebound. Another shot, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And a chance now to look at the schedule coming up for the Toronto Raptors. They'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons. The Bulls shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line, so that's a nice all-around effort.
That free throw, no good. Chris, the common thought is you don't want to be a middle-of-the-road team. You think clubs are too quick now to pull the trigger on a rebuild as opposed to giving some time to what they've got and be, more patient?
Oh, are you kidding me, Kevin? Don't make me go out. This is why I need a psychologist, because, hey, when I was in Washington, we had myself, Rasheed Wallace, and Juwan Howard, and Rod Strickland. Like, just wait a minute. Give us 1 year to try. And by the way, the Bulls won 72. We couldn't have won a championship that year anyway. And so, yeah, I think a lot of teams are short-sighted, and it's based upon their expectations, and their expectations may not be based in reality.
Stolen by Levine. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
What a terrific penetrator. The speed of Levine is what makes defenders nervous.
For Chicago, they have shot 50% from the line today. 3 for 6. First one falls for him.
I mean, and when you think of Levine, I mean, his dunking ability comes to mind. I mean, he's proven to be an elite poster maker.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And the Bulls last year, Kevin, had a lot of holes in their teams. They struggled on offense as well as defense, and their lack of outside shooting was one of their bigger issues.
Here's Ibaka.
And checking out the numbers for Young. A very nice season for him last year. Last season, put up about 12 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Yeah, GA, I like it because he's not overcomplicating things. I mean, he's just playing to his strengths and taking what the defense gives him.
And what's interesting about Ibaka, he's played basketball internationally ever since joining the NBA back in 2008. In fact, he won a silver medal with Spain in 2012.
So he gets them both. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. On the wing, Levine. High quality look, and he sinks it. Levine's got 13. C-Webb, the Bulls last year, bottom 2 offense in the league.
Yeah, only slightly better than the Knicks. I mean, you know, Kevin, injuries hurt, and they had to suit up 22 different players last year. But overall, this team has a lot of work to do on the offensive end to improve.
The shot by Powell, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
There's the lob to Markkanen. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
You're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Lowry feeling it out a bit. Here's Powell. A second chance effort. And Ibaka with the lay-in. Ibaka's got his second bucket of the night.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
The kick out to Young. Fast break Toronto. And a wide open look for Siakam. Misses off the left iron.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, you're just predictable.
And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That is his first foul of the game. White, he's checked in for the Bulls. Anunoby, he's checked in for Toronto. Lowry against White. Lowry kicks to Siakam. He can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Markkanen. Here's Levine, and the rejection by Ibaka. They retain possession. And here's Valentine for 3. Good D by Siakam. Raptors trail by 18. Powell, no one around him. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Powell's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Now, Valentine still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Now the Raptors moving it up. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. And he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Valentine. Here's Siakam. Goes back up. Got a hand on it.
Well, a step in the right direction. Markkanen must continue to make these kinds of efforts on defense. It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Now, here's Lowry. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Zach LaVine.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Injuries can play such a big part in a player's career. Which guys strike you, Chris, as the biggest what-if stories? Have they stayed healthy?
Wow. I mean, you got to start, in my mind, I got to go to, a guy like a Grant Hill. He was Mr. Triple-Double. You know, he and Jason Kidd, to me, were almost the same players, just in different bodies when Grant started his career off in Detroit. And to see him get injured, man, that just hurt me because he had so much potential. Even though he had a great career, I still think about him. How about Greg Oden, who got hurt in his senior year, had to shoot free throws with his left hand, and then he comes into the league, and the big fella just had to battle injuries, and feel sorry for that big fella because he was so skilled in the game.
Now here's White. Outside, Levine. Lets it go from deep. They get it again. Markkanen. Good D by Siakam.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
Looking to get back on track here. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the most improved player in the league last season
Pascal Siakam got better in every statistical category.
And it's those diamond-in-the-rough players that so often elevate the top teams. And, Greg, that's what the Raptors found in Pascal Siakam.
No doubt. The 27th pick back in 2016. Now a full-time starter on a rookie contract, just over $2 million this season. He is due for a big raise.
Saransky's checked in for the Bulls. White the pass to Satoransky. Inside, Young trying to break free. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. They get Marc Gasol.
Given his size and skill set, Markkanen is hard to deal with, especially when he's looking to score.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And he was dialed in at the line a season ago, 87% from the line.
And Markkanen drops them both.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
Anunoby kicks to Lowry. Back to Anunoby. The tray. Markkanen pulls it in.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And not many checks in the NBA, but C-Web, Tomas Satoransky leading the way on that front.
Yeah. Best player from a country that is having a golden age for their national team. Satoransky, I mean, he said that he's very proud to represent the Czechs in the NBA, and he's doing a great job at it.
Free throw good, Satoransky. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Raptors trail by 17. Outside Lowry. A floater finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
And what a take from Lowry, using that quickness to just blaze to the rim.
White finds Porter. Outside Markkanen. Picked off in midair. Now the Raptors moving it up. Beyond the arc. The shot by Lowry, no good. Chicago leading by 15. Over in the corner, White. Young, right side. Just 5 on the clock. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Now let's check out some stats for Pascal Siakam. Coming off a terrific season. Put up about 17 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
He's oozing with confidence. I mean, and it shows. Every time he steps on the floor, he expects to dominate.
A veteran guard with a knack for penetrating defenses. Lowry can pretty much get any shot he wants.
White drives in. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. And again, no good by Chicago. Raptors trail by 13. Passes it to Lowry. Back to Powell. Dishes to Gasol. Again, Toronto.
Gasol has always shot a very high percentage on catch-and-shoot jumpers. You know, hit him with a good pass, he'll make the most of it.
Young trying to break free. White, good. White's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
That one's not going to go. Good work defensively by Lowry. Shot left block. Anunoby, good. Anunoby's got 6 points.
And you can't afford to lose Anunoby in transition. As soon as he has a step on you, it's over.
Markkanen dishes to White. And it's blocked. Here's Anunoby. He's got 6. They get it back. Siakam trying to free himself up. The lead now in single digits. And it's 8 points for Marc Gasol.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Young passes to Satoransky. Back to Young. Shoots over Powell. And again, no good by Chicago. And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for Toronto. They trail by 9 points. Anunoby, good.
He's finally got into rhythm here in the second. His shooting percentage has taken a nice jump.
Now here's White. He's got 6. Pass to Porter. And it's blocked. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. That's a 2 from Powell. And again, it's Toronto converting. The Bulls leading by 5.
Well, Jim Boylan, he won the Chicago head coaching job after his interim stint. The fans were unsure of the hire, but the front office believes in him moving forward.
And there's the bucket from Markkanen.
And the game of basketball is one of runs. And right now, this one's definitely not over.
Here's Powell. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Powell's got 8 points in the quarter. There's 49 seconds left in the first half. White finds Porter. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
He's been off the mark, but somehow he hasn't held them back as a team.
Anunoby passes to Lowry. Back to Anunoby. 6 on the shot clock. Puts up a 3. Nailed from three-point land. Now it's just a 3-point Bulls lead.
It was a tough first quarter for him, but it's been a different story here in the second.
Here's White. Rejected by Gasol.
Got to be wary of Gasol. I mean, he's good at using his length to turn away shots.
Here's Harrison. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's McCall. Shoots over Satoransky. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Bulls lead by 3. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Zach, a hard-fought first half. What changes have to be made to get a little separation?
They're making tough shots. We're trying to stick to our concept, so we got to come back, make plays, make shots, and, just stay solid.
Always a challenge for a young team. Thanks for your time, Zach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. Zach LaVine led the way in the first half. He had 13 points and 1 steal. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
Well, as we know, it's always a good idea to pound the ball into the paint. So many defensive game plans are focused just on stopping the 3. When you hurt a team down low, they got to react. That allows you to play inside out. Trust me, I have the blueprint. I own the blueprint. I created the blueprint. Inside, kick it back out. 3. Rick Fox, beat Shaw, and big shot. Bob for 3. The crowd go crazy. I know you remember that, Ernie.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Lowry and Powell, the guards. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. And it's Gasol in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here is Lowry. The Bulls getting the bucket. And he gets it to go. Lowry's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
Outside, LaVine. At the elbow, it's Markkanen. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, and with Lauri Markkanen, you know you're going to get shooting from his spot. Great release and has been efficient from range since his rookie year.
And Chris, with Markkanen, the shooting frees up the rest of his offensive game.
Yeah, and he's better than you think at going to the rim. He doesn't blow by anyone, but has the length and the hops on his drives to get a solid look while on the move.
Shoot 2.
And the first one drops. Chris, you have been passionate about honoring those who blazed the trail for today's NBA, like the Globetrotters and the Wrens, in the days before integration.
Yeah. I mean, you think about what they've gone through off the court and on the court, and anyone, regardless of color, nationality, of just paving the way for me as a basketball player, I want to say thank you. Let's just think about what Red Auerbach did. Drafting the first African-American player, making the first African-American player coach in Bill Russell, who won the championship that year, and leaving him a good team. And if you look at organizations like the Black Fives who bring an awareness to the games, and you just want to understand your legacy culturally, and that's why I have to, every time I see Mr. Bill Russell, Big O, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I give them a big hug and a wet kiss on the cheek, because I just thank them for not only advancing the movement in sports, but culturally. Sports has always sent a message to the culture and society about how cool teammates work together and how you can overcome a problem by working together. And so I really thank them for enduring all of the hardships that they did so that we can reap the benefits. So it's been awesome to be part of the league and be able to shake hands with those that have blazed trails for us.
That is so admirable on your part. And here are the Raptors now, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Siakam. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Lauri Markkanen. The Raptors have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Throw good, Siakam. No good on the second free throw.
And until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get any smaller.
White finds Markkanen. The shot that time not on target. And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Raptors trail by 4. Lowry passes to Anunoby. And here is Siakam. To the middle. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. For Toronto, they have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10. Throw good, Siakam. Siakam hits them both. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Powell against Levine. No good with the layup. Toronto trailing. Here's Powell. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. The Bulls have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, a Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole. Kevin, that's what made him, from Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. Now here is Carter, following the miss by Kyle Lowry. And stolen by Siakam. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, true, but we'll see if they can keep forging ahead. For now, you got to give them credit for coming back.
Chicago making a switch here. Valentine's checked in. Now here's White. 8 points for him. And the pass to Markkanen. He feeds it to Levine. Good on the bucket. Levine's got 17 now.
This system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
Lowry kicks to Boucher. Here's Siakam. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Now here's White. Kick out to Levine. Bulls moving the ball around. Here's Valentine. Levine trying to free himself up. The shot by Valentine, no good. Siakam finds Lowry. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. He's got 8.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Carter at the elbow. To the inside. Here's Markkanen. Boucher with the rebound.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for Toronto.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
White drives in. A putback, and Markkanen on the follow. Markkanen's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I love the effort there. It's huge whenever Markkanen uses his body and height to grab offensive boards.
For Toronto, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Ibaka. This is to Lowry. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And over the last few seasons, Kyle Lowry's scoring trending downward. His assists increasing, though, dramatically, relying more on his teammates to get the job done.
No good on the free throw. And we've seen Lowry settling for more perimeter shots in recent years.
I mean, he's always had a great motor, but you have to adapt
as you get older. Some back issues starting to creep in, and important for him to stay healthy along the way.
Harrison's checked in for White. Now here's Levine. He's got 17 to the right side. Puts up a three. The shot by Harrison, no good. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred VanVleet's not the biggest, but his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better.
Levine, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
No fear trying his luck inside. You know he has hops.
The Bulls have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game. And he makes both free throws.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Siakam outside. Pass to VanVleet. Launches it. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 18th rebound here tonight. All over the place. Valentine passes to Carter. Here's Harrison, covered by VanVleet. 5 to shoot. Pass to Levine. Three-pointer. Markkanen trying to break loose. No bucket, and that miss is number 6. He's made 7.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
The offensive rebound, the second effort, and it's good on the layup. Markkanen's got it all tied up now for the Bulls.
And when Markkanen is making this, it boosts his aggressiveness, and it helps him fire up, too.
Lowry kicks to Boucher. Siakam outside. The shot from the low post is good. Siakam's got 10 points here in the second half.
And he delivers another blow. Something's gotten into him this quarter. He's carrying them offensively.
Outside, Markkanen. For the lead, trying to get open is Carter. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got 6 rebounds in the game. No good from outside. And it's Harrison with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. For 3, Levine. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Siakam with it. He's got 16. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Wendell Carter. And the first one at the line is good.
And he's been to the line much more here than he was in that first half. He's not playing nearly as tentatively as he was earlier.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Young comes in for Markkanen, and Chris Dunn subbed in for Zach LaVine. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for the Raptors. Patrick McCaw comes in for Kyle Lowry. Now here's Valentine. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Young against Siakam. Snatched up. Here's Carter. Second shot opportunity. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Well, a solid start to his rookie year for Wendell Carter. And ultimately it was cut short as he had to have surgery on his thumb. But he showed why he was drafted so high.
One shot.
The free throw off from Carter. And for Carter, right after being shut down, Chris, he said he couldn't wait for summer to start so he could improve.
I mean, that's the way the NBA goes, and you have to want to better your game the way Carter does to make it in the NBA. He showed just how much he can impact the floor in his limited time, and this team is excited about what he can do.
Raptors trail by 3. And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. First one falls for him.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
Both shots good from the stripe. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls. Taking a look now at some numbers for Dunn. How he did last season. Last season chipped in 11 points per game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every symphony needs a conductor. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet music.
Now here's Dunn. Kicks it to Valentine. Here's Dunn. Offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Raptors trail by 3. And here is Siakam. 18 points for him. That shot off. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Here's Valentine. Goes back up. Carter, the pass to Valentine. Siakam pulls it in.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And he makes the first. Chicago making a switch here. Satoransky's checked in. And so he makes both from the line. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. They led the game at 1 point by 20. It's stolen. And they're pushing it up. Here's Van Vliet. And it's sent back by Carter.
Wendell Carter Jr., 6'11", able to use his great length to get the block right there.
Toronto's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Now here's Van Vliet. He's covered closely. And it's sent back by Carter. Here's Satoransky. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
What unselfishness from the young guard, Dunn. He's making more of an effort to distribute the ball.
And the Raptors with the ball. It's a three-point game. Now Van Vliet. He's got 6. Siakam outside. Over Dunn. Siakam misses.
He just can't find the touch this quarter. He's got to keep grinding, though, and looking for the best shot possible.
Carter. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Siakam's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. On on the night. Free throw numbers for him, 9 attempts, made 7.
And a look back at his numbers from the free throw line last year, 78%, so not too bad.
Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Harrison. The Raptors also with a sub. Marc Gasol is checked in for Serge Ibaka. Siakam hits them both.
Oh, he's such a good free throw shooter. I mean, it frees him up to be as aggressive as he wants in the post.
Pass to Carter. Back to Dunn. Dunn trying to break free, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, so many people were worried about Chris Dunn's offense after his rookie year, but you know what, Greg? He's turned it around.
And gone from struggling to hit 40% of his shots to shooting better from the floor. Still a strong defender, and he's making people forget that his offense was ever a question mark.
Anunoby, he's checked in for the Raptors. Good on both. And you love to have a player like Chris Dunn out on the perimeter with his defense.
Oh, man, big men love guards that can actually keep their assignment in front of them. Dunn has quick feet, great lateral movement, and that's why he's a successful defender.
Carter pulls it in. The Bulls leading by 3. Here's Dunn. Makes it off the glass. Dunn's got 4 points in the quarter.
When he's up against the challenging side, he figures out how to overcome it.
Here's Van Vliet. Good work defensively by Carter.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
Young. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now here's Van Vliet. Satoransky covering. Gasol against Carter. Gasol finds Van Vliet. Shot clock at 6. Here's McCaw. Raptors get it back. Gasol. Count the basket and the foul. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr.
You're in a tough spot defensively. Gasol has size. I mean, he has power. You really have to wrap him up to keep this from happening.
.26 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Here's Young. He has 5. Just 5 to shoot. To the wing on the left. Here's Satoransky. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. And so it's Zach LaVine making things happen for Chicago. And of everything he's doing well, it's his scoring that you point to first. Already 22 points in this game. We'll return shortly. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. Raptors trail by 4. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. 4th quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So for Chicago right now, at small forward and power forward, Porter and Young. Chris Dunn is out there with Thomas Satoransky, and it's Carter in at the 5 spot. Here's Dunn following the basket by Marc Gasol, and it's Dunn penetrating. It's good.
Oh, Kev, the main strength of Dunn's game to me is his ability to carve his way inside. So insane.
Now here's Van Vliet. Now the pass to Anunoby. Clock at 6. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Gasol trying to free himself up, and it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from McCaw.
A pretty free look from three-point range. The D forgot about him on that possession.
And he comes through at the perfect moment. I know who they'll look to if they need another big three against him.
The shot by Satoransky, no good. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. They grab their own miss. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And the potential Anunoby has is exciting. Has the athleticism, the shooting touch, and the drive to keep improving.
2 seasons at Indiana for OG Anunoby, and the 23rd pick of the 2017 draft. Great talk about his game.
You know, NBA ready physically from day one. You know, still working for consistency with his shooting, especially at the free throw line. But I like his potential as a two-way player.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. White, he's checked in for the Bulls. And Toronto also making a switch. Norman Powell's checked in for Patrick McCaw. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Listen, there's no doubt he feels like they should have the lead, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
Here's Porter. And then Carter with the jam.
Oh, he's just such a terrific offensive rebounder. I mean, Carter Jr. excels at using his big body to his advantage.
Done against Powell. He dishes it to Gasol. Powell inside. Outside for Gasol. It's deflected. And Young comes over to help. Powell against Dunn. Rejected by Young. Up top, Porter. Shoots over Van Vliet. And that one's good by Porter. Now it's a 4-point Chicago lead.
More than just an outside shooter. When Porter has good position inside, he'll use it.
Here's Powell. It's hauled in by the Bulls. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. Pass to Porter. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good work defensively by Gasol.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
Markkanen, he's checked in for the Bulls. Zach LaVine comes in for Chris Dunn. And Toronto also making a switch. Lowry's checked in. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Shot from free throw range. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
He's been a different player since halftime. Coming on strong now.
Chicago leading. White with it. Markkanen kicks to White. Over Lowry. Here's Porter. Second chance shot. And he sinks the layup.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
Lowry dishes to Gasol. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th. Lowry passes to Hollis. Oh!
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Now here's LaVine. Kicks it out to Markkanen. And here's LaVine. Powell pulls it in. White against Lowry. Hollis Jefferson. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
And the free throw, no good.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
So they take the lead. And the Raptors lead by 2.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Levine against Powell. And Levine, here we go. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Here's Markkanen. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 4th assist in this one. That's tipped, stolen by Levine. Intercepted. Passes to Gasol. Back to Lowry. Lays it up and banks it in. Lowry's got 9 points here in the second half.
And the recognition Gasol has is tremendous. I mean, you can't leave anyone open or he'll find them.
White down low. Lowry covering. And it's White missing. Raptors with the lead. To the wing right side. Lowry passes to Anunoby. 6 to shoot. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
He doesn't get the second one. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Chicago. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. And it's White missing.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
And just like his brother Powell, Marc Gasol active in humanitarian causes.
I mean, we saw him volunteering on rescue boats in the Mediterranean. Mark doing his part, but also bringing attention to that humanitarian crisis.
And Toronto making a change here. Siakam's checked in. Now here's Levine. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
The Bulls making a switch here. Carter's checked in. Raptors leading by 3. Outside Lowry. Outside for Gasol. The three-pointer off the mark.
Well, that's just a lucky break for the deep. Yeah, keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
Now White. Down low. Here's Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
Capable of doing many things well. Levine has a good sense of when his guys rope.
Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here is Lowry. Outside Gasol. Back to Lowry. Shot clock at 5. For the 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Markkanen's got his 20th rebound here tonight. Saw that coming. Levine kicks to Carter. Rejected by Gasol. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Siakam. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Siakam's got 16 points here in the second half. Lowry against White. And it's Lowry with the rebound. Lowry's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Anunoby. Siakam kicks to Gasol. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
One of the best parts of Gasol's game is strength. And he's big, tough to handle.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
And he's been rock solid at the free throw line tonight. A little bit of an unexpected bonus for them.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And the talk in their huddle is going to be about taking care of the basketball. I mean, their turnover numbers are terrible.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Marc Gasol.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Jim Boylan talking with his team. He said, look, you guys are playing physical, and I like that, but it has to be under control. We've committed way too many fouls. We've allowed way too many foul shots. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You can't get that one.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Here's Powell after the made shot from Zach LaVine. Pass to Siakam. Lowry with the ball. Outside Gasol. And the Raptors miss again.
His touch has been off tonight, and now his judgment is off too. I mean, come on. It's not a smart shot.
Here's Markkanen. That's good, and it's LaVine with the assist. 21 points for Lauri Markkanen.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Lowry. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest, 7 for 15 from the floor.
How about this turnaround? He played a fringe role in the first half, and now he's the man for them.
Now, here is Young. Back to White. Over Lowry. Again, Chicago.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And so Lowry will bring it up for Toronto. There's the pass to Anunoby. Here's Siakam. And that one is good. Siakam's got 24. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Here's White. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. Just trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
LaVine against Powell. And stolen by Siakam. All alone in the dunk by Powell.
In a game this close, this late, that kind of D is clutch.
It is. And then, Greg, to go in for the flush. That could be a backbreaker.
Yeah, but you can't fail to protect the ball. That's the likely result. Those types of turnovers.
Felicia's checked in for Young. Raptors leading by 5. Now here is Lowry. Pass to Gasol. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. LaVine finds Porter. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Lowry. 1:12 left to play here in the fourth. The dish to Gasol. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
The underrated athleticism on display. Gasol has no fear putting the ball in the net.
Young's checked in for the Bulls. And he ends up missing both free throws. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That is his first foul of the game. Bulls trail by 5. Here's LaVine. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And because of his skill set, LaVine often puts the defense in tight spots. I mean, you got to be careful guarding.
He's able to hit the second one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
Passes it to Gasol. That one, no good. Good defensive work there by Young. Lowry against Levine. Here's Young. He doesn't hit that one. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Here's Siakam. Finished off the break. And the Raptors lead by 6.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Oozing with confidence right now. You got to love seeing Levine capitalize in the clutch.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he does get the second one. And that puts them up by 5.
No time to waste on this possession.
Yeah, they got to get into the play fast and execute. It's your only hope.
And stolen by Siakam. Jumps up. And Siakam throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
Here's Markkanen. Here's Harrison. Felicio kicks to Arcidiacono. Gets the 3 to fall. Toronto calls timeout. They're leading by 4. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Five seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Mark, how do you break down what went well for your team in winning this game tonight?
Just good all-around night. We believe that at the end of the fourth quarter, I think we did a good job of, staying in the game. We just believe. On to the next one.
Yeah, this is a veteran team, and you guys showed your experience down the stretch. Thanks, Mark. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.